Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing week so far and happy that it's Friday. So today we are building a apartment for a style influencer. And it sort of came from the idea that we're all in COVID right now, obviously living through a pandemic, and we're all working from home. So I thought to myself, how could one have a space where they can work and live? How does one sort of negotiate that experience, which we've had to do over the last yeah. So I built this apartment in mind, where with the thought in mind that this style influencer that lives here has to work from home. So this is actually a two-bedroom apartment, and the one bedroom I use as sort of her like studio place where she sort of designs outfits. I sort of designed it in that way. And then obviously there's the main bedroom, and then there's a kitchen, a dining room, and a lounge. And then in like an office space that I made, we're using the white bookshelves. You'll see it later in the video. But yeah, so I decided that she was not going to live here alone. Her wife lives with her. And she is more of like a businesswoman, because I didn't really find much space to bring her sort of character to life when I was furnishing this apartment, which I could have paid more attention to. But really, this is the style influences apartment. Yeah, so I like the color palette I chose. I really chose lots of muted grays and whites, and then I obviously popped in that wood that I love so much from Eco Lifestyle. I really do love that wood. And then I used the wooden flooring there from Paranormal Stuff. Also really love that wood. And I use it in the entrance hall there and in the passage that leads to the bedroom and the studio. The studio, you'll see also later in the video, also leads out sort of to the desk area. And I had a bit of struggle in this part of the entrance hall in this little like nook. You don't see it obviously because I cut it out, but it took me a good 15 minutes trying to figure out what I wanted to put there. It sort of changes after this. The one light gets removed and I put a chair in. And obviously I love that piece of art. But yeah, so I put a chair in, also from Paranormal Stuff, which I really love those chairs. They are great chairs. And then I use also the wall lights from Paranormal Stuff. I really wish though in apartments that we could change the front door, because that modern front door really clashes with the like almost sort of vintagey style of the apartment. The kitchen is also quite large for an apartment, which I quite enjoy. Maybe the business woman, the wife, maybe she really enjoys cooking. Maybe she's not a businesswoman, maybe she owns a restaurant. That could be an idea. But yeah, so this house also has a breakfast nook. This apartment also has a breakfast nook. Sorry, I just want to have some water. So yeah, this apartment also has a breakfast nook there by the kitchen, as well as a dining room. So it's quite a big apartment. It's actually one of my favorite apartments in San Myshuno. But yeah, so as you can see, I sort of wanted the workspace where the style influencer works and the living space to be separate. I didn't want it to be like one space interconnected, where work sort of becomes home life. So you'll see, I thought I did quite a good job trying to like distinguish where she works versus where she lives. And then obviously these lights in the kitchen change. It's sort of not the vibe I was going for. I thought it was pretty, and I'll definitely use that idea with the plants in between the hanging lights in a different house. But yeah, it's really not the vibe I was going for that. So it does change to the lights from university, those hanging lights, those pendant lights. And that's bottle with those two glasses on the drinking tray there is soon becoming my favorite item in the game, I think, because I seem to be using it in every house. But yeah, so that's really what I wanted to do here. I wanted to separate the living area from where she works. And then I put an umbrella rack in case it rains, which is important. But yeah, I must be honest with you. I obviously, when I play Sims by myself, I use a lot of CC, and there's lots of CC kitchen like clutter items, and that are great. And I've noticed in from the packs that have been released, obviously I don't have all the packs, but the ones I do have, there's not much kitchen clutter. Obviously, I'm sure there's other packs that are geared towards more kitchen clutter, but in general, I haven't really seen a lot of kitchen clutter, and especially good kitchen clutter. Just like stackable plates. Like it sounds like a basic thing, but Harry in her kitchen collection had stackable plates, and it just made life so much. It made life so nice having these stackable plates because you could pile them on shelves and stuff. Well, anyway, nothing in The Sims goes on shelves apparently. That's how I feel anyway. Okay, so now we're moving on to the lounge. Now this lounge took me, I'm not even lying to you, about a half an hour to do. It's not exactly it's not a weird shape or anything. It's just that I didn't know what I wanted to put in here. So as you can see that there was a cut there, I put in an array of things. Lots and lots and lots of different things. And different couches and different positioning of the couches. It even changes further from that. I eventually removed that eco lifestyle couch and put in the couch from Paranormal Stuff, which is soon also becoming my favorite couch. Which I try in the build that's coming on Monday, which is a very exciting build. That I personally am very proud of. I will not be the Paranormal Stuff couch does not appear in it, but yeah, even that sort of like wooden couch gets removed, and the Paranormal Stuff couch is the final couch that I use. That light also changes. I do put a floor light, but it sort of goes onto the other side of the couch because I felt that there was too much on one side of the room. It needed to go into the other side of the room. But yeah. But I really love that rug that is underneath the lounge suites. I don't know what pack it's from because I've used it now in 2 builds for the channel. I know I must look. It's a really nice. It's a really nice rug. So I will be uploading this apartment to the gallery. Obviously, I'll have to upload it as a room. And now there's lots of dead space in this apartment, sort of where the walls jut out, especially with the wooden accents. So I won't put those. In the part of the room, so you will notice when you do place it, those are going to be empty, which they are in the actual build, so that shouldn't really be a problem. But yeah, as you can see, this lounge took me so long. Even in the video, it's taking a bit of time because I just keep on moving everything around because I was not happy, and also it irritates me a little bit. And look, I don't mind it because in real life wood tones don't match, but in The Sims it's very difficult to find matching wood tones. I will be honest with you. And then it starts to look a bit strange with all these woods that don't really match. And I was thinking about it when Iron and Living came out. It was like a whole new swatch palette of woods that didn't really match with any of the existing woods that we had in game. So that was a bit difficult, but it sort of matches nicely. It's a bit warmer than the wall and the coffee table and the lamp there. But it's not bad wood swatches. It's just that it doesn't really match with anything. And as of course you're building with only stuff from Iron and Living, then it matches beautifully. But yeah. And then I really love those floor pictures there that I put on the floor, those floor paintings. I really wish that they gave us more objects like that. I mean, they just did give us one in eco lifestyle. It is eco lifestyle. But yeah, I really wish they would give us more sort of stuff like that, sort of like more contemporary furnishings that sort of match with this more eclectic style. But yeah, and I really love putting those ottomans underneath the TV there. Obviously, they're not usable because I sized them down. Also, because your Sims will float if they sit on them. And then I use that shelf. I don't have the red shelf, so I just used Harry's shelf from the kitchen stuff. But it works just the same. But yeah, that shelf. I do love that shelf. Even in kitchens, it's very pretty. So yeah, and then I use that artwork that I love there that I always say looks like African art, which I also think we need more of in the game, is more African, more out of an African experience. Because I was thinking about the other day, I was like, if I tried to build like a traditional African build, it would be very difficult. Very difficult. Like we have thatched roofs, I suppose, but otherwise we don't really have traditional African objects. And The Sims is very good at including everybody. Like we just got a world, I think it was based on Japan. And then we also got Solani, which is also not an American world. We also obviously, like I said, Brightchester, which is based obviously on the UK. So, you know, they're very good at including everybody around the world, but we've never, in all the years that Sims has existed, had an African city or African town. I mean, even in the Sims 3 when we had the town based on France, and then there was one based on China. There's just never been one based anywhere in Africa, and I would like to know if that's something people actually want. I know probably people in Africa who play The Sims would want a city or a town based from their perspective. But yeah, I was just interested if that's something people would want. And then I really like what I did here above the bookshelves where I put all the plants and then I put the hanging plants. And this is sort of where the workspace. And then I put a desk overlooking the city. So when you are working there, you have this beautiful view of the city, which I really quite enjoy. I've also noticed, actually, I was thinking about it when I was building this. There's very few places in Sandwich, that offer an outside space in the apartment. Now, and I was thinking about it if I could watch shows and whatever. People in New York always seem to go on their fire escape or whatever to go outside when they're at home to like chill outside. And I was thinking about it in South Africa when we in most of our apartments, in almost like 99% of our apartments, every single apartment has sort of an outside space or a balcony, which I thought was interesting. That sort of context. Okay, so here we're building the fashion studio, which I quite enjoyed. I used that old table. It looked like it had been worked on. I put one of the sketching tablets down, and then you'll see later I raised some laundry that make it look like fabric that she's working on or clothing that she's working on. Here you see I raised that and make it look like she's working on something. And then I put that, also made it look like there was fabric in that unit. And then I put the decoration box, maybe more fabric, so I just want to make this place where it looks like she works. Kind of messy because, so like my mom sews, so I know when you sew, it gets a bit messy with all the like loose pieces of fabric. But I really wanted to make sort of like this messy, but yet like sort of controlled environment where she works. And then I put like sketched posters, like there's a sketched, it looks like a bunch of posters that have been taped to the wall. I put those up. I put lots of like pictures of that look like that maybe ad campaigns she styled for. So it's sort of like a place where she works. She's like in this freelance career. And I really quite enjoyed that whole idea. And then you'll see that I added a door there out into the desk area. So when she is working, she can just walk. If she needs to go to use the computer, she can just walk out and then obviously use the computer. And then I use these lights from, I think it's Eco Lifestyle, I think. Anyway, I love those lights and I sort of stack them closer together. So it sort of like looks like a whole bunch of lights there overlooking where she works. And then I put these like yellow like tops almost down. So I was thinking to myself, if she's cutting fabric all day and there's all these bits and scraps, she can always just like roll up the top and then throw it away. I know it was overthinking, but I just thought it was a cute idea. And then this is the bedroom. It's not a very big bedroom, which is fine, obviously, but I decided more that they would use this bedroom just for sleeping, her and her wife, and they would use more they sort of like live in their apartment. Does that make sense? Obviously, we all like live in our houses, but they don't really like chill a lot of the time in the bedroom. I think otherwise just to sleep and like maybe to do other activities that one does in the bedroom with their husband or wife. So this is more of just like a place where they sleep, and then the rest of the apartment is where they chill. So like they'll watch TV in the TV room. They'll eat, obviously at the dining room table and stuff, and they work. So this is a very like demarcated house, a house that is set out in a way that makes living the easiest. Now, I found also in my personal life that when everything is sort of on top of each other, when I'm like in bed or I'm like working in bed, that doesn't no longer becomes a place of relaxation and sleep. It becomes a place of work. Or when I am working there, I just want to sleep. So I think it's good. I think when we did an article, we read an article in undergrad about it, where you have to demarcate places for yourself to exist, which I found very interesting, because it is true though, because we have places like our beds where we sleep, and that becomes a place for sleep, right? And then you have where you watch TV in the room where the TV is. If you start to mix those things together, it's sort of your brain gets a bit overwhelmed, and you maybe have you'll have like bad nights of rest. And yeah, so it's very important that you do demarcate yourself spaces to exist in. Now I put the laundry in the bathroom next to the kitchen. Obviously in South Africa, we don't really do that, to put our laundry in our bathroom. We normally have a laundry room off the kitchen, or the laundry's in the kitchen. But yeah, that was interesting for me, that I noticed in a lot of American houses that they put their laundry in their bathroom, which is cool. But yeah, so we just put it in our kitchen. Like all our appliances are normally in our kitchen. And I tried to put a bath in, but I couldn't fit one in. So I decided this apartment does not have a bath. I wanted to have a bath because I think it's important. I was gonna say I think it's important to bath. Obviously, it's important to be hygienic. I don't really like bathing human soup, but it is nice to have a bath, I suppose, for some people. So I wanted to put it in, but I didn't fit it, so they don't have a bath. They have a beautiful walk-in shower in both of the bathrooms, though. Anyway, guys, we're coming to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week, Monday.